What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Franco Torres and I'm a guitar player from Puerto Rico, and I sort of do these videos when I have my free time. And today we're going to be talking about something along the lines of the last harmony and theory lessons, which, as you may already guess, this is the 7th episode or 7th installment of that series, the music theory lessons here on YouTube by, of course, me. And today we're going to talk about something that's sort of along the lines of the last video. In the last video I talked about basic harmony and what harmonic regions were. Today we're going to talk a little bit about that and kind of how to approach it and how to look at it from intervallic functions and how to kind of get the best out of the harmonic region. So we have 3 harmonic regions. If you don't know what they are, I suggest you watching this video up above first and then coming back here. So we have these three harmonic regions, and they're all connected via the same scale, or the same major scale in this case, but they're not gonna work the same in each and every chord. So for example, if we were gonna use a D minor 7 arpeggio over a C chord or C major 7 chord, we're gonna get a funky sound because we have that F, which is actually the avoid note on the C, and it, if we land on that F, it's gonna get a little weird if we have a specific chord. But I mean, if you have something like a suspended 4 chord, it's gonna sound just fine, but it's not always the case. So that's kind of where I'm going at, and that's kind of the angle that I'm gonna take for this video. So basically what I want you guys to see is that we have these different harmonic regions. They are all related, but there's certain pairs that we can use and they're gonna sound better. So for example, if we were again to play over the C major, for example, again, we can play the C major triad or C major chord. I'm gonna put the triads to every chord that comes out of the major scale here so you guys can see it, and now I'm gonna put it with the 7 so you guys can see where I'm going at with this. So if we play, the C arpeggio over the C, it's gonna sound pretty good because I mean we're playing the chord broken down. It's the same thing. We have the C, we have the E, we have the G, and then we have the B. So 1, 3, 5, and 7. You guys don't know what these numbers means. These numbers are basically just the intervallic functions. So kind of what interval each and every note of that is to the chord or to the harmony that's going on in the background. So if we have a C chord playing and we play an E, we're playing the 3rd note of that chord, so it's the 3rd interval for C, and that's sort of where we're going with this. That's basically what intervallic functions are, and that's kind of the angle that we're gonna take to kind of analyzing what we're gonna play over a chord, and particularly arpeggios here, because that's the way that we're gonna find what fits something better and what's gonna give you a certain specific sound. So going back to what I was talking about, we can play the C arpeggio, it's gonna fit in perfectly. We can also play the E minor 7 arpeggio because those notes are also part of the chord. We have an E, we have a G, we have a B, and then we have a D, which are perfectly aligned with the C chord. We have a 3rd, we have a 5th, we have a 7th, and we also have a 9th, which is freaking great for that chord. So that's kind of the first arpeggio that you should play if you kind of want to get something of a different sound. Kind of great for jazz, kind of great for almost every genre. You play an E minor arpeggio over, or rather an E minor 7 arpeggio over a C major chord, and it's gonna give you a really, really good sound. And I mean, that's kind of one way to look at it. But of course, besides that, we can also use the A minor one, which, I mean, what you're gonna kind of have different is that you're gonna have the 6, which also sounds good in a chord, especially when you're kind of finishing this passage or finishing whatever phrase you have, and that's the final C chord that you're gonna have. It sounds really good. And I mean, yeah, that's sort of the basic on how to start looking at these harmonic regions. However, this is not the end for that, and this is where I wanted to go with this video. So we don't just have to stay in the same harmonic regions always. We can also use different harmonic regions. For example, over a C major chord, we could maybe use something along the lines of a G major 7, because the notes that we're gonna get out of that are notes that are gonna sound really good in a C major 7 chord, because we would get the G, we would get the B, which are the 5th, the 7s, then we would get the D, which is the 9th, and then we would get the F sharp, which would be the sharp 11s for the C major chord, which is a really cool sound. It's a Lydian sound, and I mean, I'm gonna talk about that more later on another video. But as you can see, you can actually break down from that harmonic region and use different chords from different areas if you do actually analyze the notes that are inside of that and analyze what they are with the chord that you're playing. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about in this video. Kind of a little bit deeper on the harmonic regions and talk a little bit about how to kind of apply them, maybe if you're looking to use that in what you're playing. Of course, you know, this doesn't end here. There's a lot more information to come, and there's a lot different stuff that you can actually study with this. You can, you know, see what different arpeggios you can fit over a major chord or over a minor chord or over a minor 7th chord or maybe a dominant chord. And it doesn't have to stop there. You can try all sorts of different arpeggios that are maybe altered, something like maybe a major 7 sharp 5 or something maybe along the lines of a, I don't know, sharp 11s one, or something along the lines of another different mode, something from harmonic minor, melodic minor. There's a bunch of stuff that we can use over basically every chord, and you know, this doesn't have to stay in the harmonic regions. However, if you do understand what they are, it's going to be a little bit easier for you because you can actually switch between them easier. It's worth noting that you should understand the intervallic functions. As I already mentioned, the intervallic functions are just the relation between the notes that you're playing and the chord, and you know, giving them a number. Of course, the numbers are not random. The numbers have to do with the chord that you're playing or the scale of the chord that you're playing. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope to see you guys on the next one, and I'm gonna be back doing more of these lessons. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. So this is my 3rd attempt at recording this video. The first time I recorded it, I actually didn't start recording, so yeah. And then the second time, I actually deleted something that was important for another video. So yeah.